It's so important to hire the right people, because when you have the right people in the right seats, you can do incredible things. Right now at our company, we're working to find the right candidate for a key position in our company. And we're kind of struggling through it. I've heard it said that interviewing is the second worst way to find which is the best candidate. It just happens to be that everything else is tied with last. Even so, there are some important techniques that you can use to do interviewing well. For example, one of those techniques is simply to ask the same question of every single candidate. The reason you want to do that is because you want to reduce variability between the different interviews that you do. Another technique is to use behavioral interview questions, asking things about the candidate's specific cases of the candidate's past that can show that they have the skills necessary to do the job. But even though there are a lot of good basic techniques for good interviewing, there's two things that I do that are a little bit different. And the first one is simply to give people a chance. I had a candidate who applied to this position recently, and his resume wasn't that strong. It was late at night, and I really wanted to go to bed. So seeing this resume, I was kind of 50-50 about it. But I really wanted just to hit the reject button and just go to bed and wrap up the night. But instead, I decided to pick up the phone and give this candidate a call. And I'm so glad that I did, because the person that I got to know over the phone was far better than what I saw on the resume. And if I hadn't picked up the phone, I wouldn't have gotten to meet and connect with this excellent candidate. So that's one of the key techniques that I use, is just give people a chance and spend a little bit more time meeting with and connecting with people that maybe you wouldn't have otherwise. The second principle that I use is to be respectfully open. And what I mean by that is to share with the candidate how you feel about the interview at different stages when appropriate. Now, be respectful about this, but I use this technique because sometimes the way that I am seeing the candidate during the interview is wrong. So if I see an issue, I might tell the candidate, hey, here's an issue that I'm seeing right now. And that gives this candidate a chance to show me that I am wrong. And there have been plenty of times that I've been wrong about specific issues related to a person's candidacy. Because when I look at an interview, I'm really looking to see how I can bring the best out of that candidate. And so giving them a little bit of that feedback during the interview is one of the ways that I do that. So those are two techniques that I use to find great candidates. And I think it's even more powerful because they're two techniques that focus on helping the candidate out. And I think people remember that about your company when you're focused on helping them out as much as you're focused about finding a good position. Because when people see that you're putting effort into that, they'll remember it, and they'll remember that you are a good company to work for.